Hey everybody!
Hello!
Hi! Woohoo, backers!
Yeah. Hopefully we get lots of people that are coming to see us and celebrate our Emma Kickstarter, which is doing fantastic. We're going to start with a couple of clips, and then we're going to come back and answer questions and talk about anything anybody wants to talk about. And so we'll go from there. So first off, we're going to rerun the clip in case some people haven't seen it, of Rhiannon Ross, who is going to be our dialect and voice coach.
Hi, my name is Rhiannon Ross. Headline Studios has just asked me to assist on the English dub of Emma by attending sessions and giving input on the authenticity of the British dialects as the actors perform their roles. I trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and then at Drama Centre London. I'm so thrilled to be involved in helping make Emma a great and authentic English dub.
You want me to do it?
That was funny.
All right, guys. One of the things that we wanted also to kind of just briefly hit again, in case people hadn't seen it, is a couple of the auditions that came through. So we're going to go ahead and run those real quick, and then we'll be right back.
Do you know what the most important trick in this country is, Stevens? It's knowing one's place. Appropriate behavior. That is how order and dignity are maintained. It would be an honor. I probably haven't. The ladies are more up to date than myself when it comes to gossip.
Hello. If you don't mind, could you teach me how to play tennis? But I've never played before.
We're back. So hopefully everybody's excited. It looks like we're not too far. We've already passed the 250,000 stretch goal.
Good job, guys!
Which is pretty exciting.
We are so excited about the book!
Yay! So we've got a couple more stretch goals coming on that, and we'll talk a little bit about the book a little later. But first off, we thought we'd start with some of the questions that people have. So one of the first questions is, when will production start? So
it's actually already started because we started casting. They started working with the dialect people on the scripts.
Yeah, we've already sent them all the raws of the film, obviously in Japanese, you know, but we've sent them the film.
Yeah. So a lot of that is already underway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we got adaptation and stuff started already as well.
That's all part of dealing with the script dialect.
Yeah, the people coming up were when we had such a great start to the campaign, we thought, well, we might as well get moving on this. So we got started on a lot of it. So all right, so you want to talk a little bit about the casting, Judy?
Sure. We now that we've got the dialect coach figured out, Joe's got a few people in mind that he's going to go and get some auditions from, and we'll hear those. And what happens in that process as well is that he'll get the auditions. Sometimes they'll come to the booth. Sometimes they'll send them in from wherever they happen to live, and then the dialect coach actually listens to the auditions, tells them like, oh, maybe adjust this a little bit, or oh no, they're perfect, you know, that kind of thing. They do it again. And so then when it passes her muster, then we receive them so that we can hear them out and see. Yeah, and decide. I need to be loud.
No, it says volume up.
Can you hear me now?
But yeah, so casting,
look for casting. We'll continue to cast. There's a lot of characters that go through this, especially now that we've unlocked season 2.
Yes.
And so we want to make sure that we have the right characters for each of those, or right voice actors for each one of those characters.
Yeah, I mean, one of the comments that I saw further back was talking about, well, we have all these German characters in season 2, and I just wanted to mention if nobody had noticed or hadn't had a chance to look at Rhiannon's
resume.
that she also has experience with German dialects. So that's going to help us as well. So that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, no, she's a wonderful addition to the team. She's really good.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She's happy. All right, so looks like, let's see, we'll start with, since we're moving towards more of the stretch goals that are close to adding things for the books, let's let somebody talk about the books and how they're excited about them.
We are super excited.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Kyla designs a lot of stuff.
So for the art book, I am so excited. So at 250, which we've already hit, thank you very much, we are adding foil debossing, which is kind of an inset foil so that the foil won't rub off at all.
It's like the Zelda Hyrule book.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly
Hyrule
like
Historia.
that.
Mhm.
So we've already accomplished that, thank you. And then our next goal is at 255, we're gonna add gilded edges, which is a kind of gold or silver around the edges of
Think
the
of
book.
really old Victorian books, the ones that were super expensive. You always saw them and the edges were really shiny, and then as you opened them up, they weren't actually on the pages, but you just saw it on the outside.
Right.
That's what we're trying to make the book look very Victorian.
And it happens a lot in like holy books or, you know, very important books, so it definitely adds a layer of class. And then at 260, we're gonna hit the raised band spine, which is a long time ago when bookbinders made books, they would bind the books by, in a different method that we have now where we can make it flat, they would have to basically
Thread them together.
Yeah, thread them together with large amounts of string, and it would leave these bands. And so when they pressed the leather down over top of the books, it would leave bands across the spine. And we don't have to do that anymore. But it does add a layer of class because that was only really done for very important texts, and so it makes things look really nice. And I'm so excited! I'm so excited, you guys!
I will say that there's an extra secret thing that will be revealed if we hit 260. Kyla will cry.
I will actually cry. I will cry for you. So
She
if
will
we
cry
hit that,
tears of
I
happiness.
will cry.
So if you'd like to see a grown woman cry,
Just go ahead and hit that goal.
it looks like we passed 1,600 backers too, which is fantastic.
Yay!
Congratulations, everybody. Okay, so one of the other questions that we've got here is, when will the slacker backer start? All right, so in order to set the slacker backer up, we have to get the surveys done. So we'll do the surveys first, and it won't take very long for us to get that, by a week or two, to get them set up. And that's because Kickstarter gives people a little bit of time to make sure all their payments are taken care of and the project's finalized.
And please answer your survey!
So we'll send out the surveys to everybody. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and add the items to the WriteStuffAnime.com website. They will be added at a price that no one will really buy them for. They will be ridiculous if you decide to purchase them at a silly number. And then we're going to, we'll provide a coupon to all the backers. It will only work for you as a backer. You have to be a backer. And you can back with as little as $1 and still have access to that slacker backer. So once you have your coupon, you can go to the website and get into your account, and you can go ahead and purchase items on the slacker backer at that point. And we'll make those items available for a while, generally through production. So when we're ready to ship season 1, we'll cut the slacker backer off for season 1. And you'll still be able to take the art book until we can get ready to send it to press so that we have a quantity. And you'll be able to take season 2 until we're about ready to ship season 2.
And I want to reiterate that the art box is not available in Slackerbacker. We always get that question later. So if you want the art box, make sure you are on a tier that you can get the art box by the time the Kickstarter closes.
Can't sign up for it later.
No.
Yeah, that seems to be the most common question is, I want that art box. But to get the art box, you need to go to the deluxe tier or higher. So
within the next 20 minutes, make sure you got at least $1 in if you want to slacker back or anything.
And yes, you can ask questions in the stream. We can.
Don't make us sit here and just eat and look silly.
Although we are hungry.
Okay, so we did do, as part of the campaign, WriteStuffAnime.com put up a couple of gift cards. I do know who put us over the 250, and we'll go ahead and reveal all that stuff later on. once we finish the campaign, give us about a week to just kind of get through all of the pieces, close it down, and at that point we will do a lottery to pick for the $250 gift that we agreed that we would do. David's bringing us tea now,
Our butler
which is
here.
fantastic.
Yeah. Look at this gentleman.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I'll get another teacup. There's more tea.
Oh,
You're
very
the best. Thank you.
Thanks, butler.
Yeah.
Those, please.
Yeah.
How much will the art book be?
Okay, so the price difference of the art book and the slacker backer will be very similar to what it was with Aria. It'll just be a few dollars. The reason for that is to try to encourage people to pick the book up during the actual campaign versus waiting to the slacker backer.
Yes, and help us make it more awesome.
What's that? No, that is your tea. I'm going to be a gentleman. All right. Well, one of the things that I know that we still have a couple of is that the PVC figures. Can you throw up a picture of that for everybody? There it is.
Oh, gosh,
She's so pretty.
She is.
So we were able to get a few of these, actually a couple more than I thought we would, and it's available in the ladies' maid tier. They're really amazing figures. I mean, I've seen one taken out of the box. You won't get one taken out of the box, but they actually come with the Emma's glasses are a separate piece that you put on. They're very meticulous.
Yeah.
I think that the detail is very high, and they're out of print and have been out of print for some time. Keep in mind, Emma is what, 10 years old this year,
probably.
or 10 years old next year.
Getting up there.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest problems you have when you build a Kickstarter for a catalog product is finding merchandise items that you can put into these reward tiers. So it's kind of amazing to see how many things that we were able to include. The licensor and the support from the licensor has been absolutely fantastic. And Mori-san's taken a personal interest in our campaign, so it's kind of exciting to know that she may be watching this. I don't know, but probably not. She's probably sleeping. So anyway, what else do we have? Favorite episode of Emma? I'm going to let you guys talk about that.
I like the one where Hakeem comes in because he's got all the elephants and everything.
Yeah,
That's
me
fun.
too. I was actually just talking about this morning. I was saying that was my favorite one because there's just so unexpected, like, oh wow, okay.
I don't know if I could choose. I love Hakeem. I love when Hakeem comes in. I love when they go to the Crystal Palace.
Oh,
I love
that is cool because it did actually exist.
Yeah, like I love in season 2. I won't. No spoilers, but when Hans. Everything with Hans. I love everything. So I don't know if I could choose a favorite. I don't know.
Are you just gonna go for it? Oh, I just like it all.
She loves the show.
Now, I guess at the beginning of this, we didn't really introduce everybody, so I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. And our butler, who has brought our tea, is David Olson, who's taken off.
He's a little sick
producer.
today.
He's not feeling really well.
He deals a lot with the upscale, so
Yep.
if any of you have seen the stuff that we did with Aria, that's him.
Yep.
So he made it look just fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
I'm Kyla Stalzer. I'm the graphic designer.
now what do you do?
I make things look pretty. So yeah, that's why I'm so excited for the
So if you're
artwork.
unhappy with anything at all,
Oh no.
So that's why, yeah,
We
if
know
it looks
exactly who
bad,
to blame.
I'm really sorry. I'm trying my best. But also, that's why if we hit 260, I will literally cry for you.
Well, she did one of the latest things that she did is the G Gundam box, which
Oh my gosh!
I love 2
Yes.
pieces. So
Ah,
yeah,
I'm
that's
so
awesome.
excited. I'm
It's
actually
too good.
good at that. I also
Pulled
did
out.
Utna, which was
Yeah.
I think I did
A little bit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, we'll pay you
It's
this
okay.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
Go
No big deal.
I'm Chris Turow. I'm the senior producer. I also work on some graphic design stuff. I did the designs on Aria, so kind of mix it up a little bit.
I'm the Dark Lord.
That's all he has to say.
I'm the one. I'm
You
the one
should
that. I'm
know.
the one that loses his house if we screw this up.
Yeah. And I'm Judy Albert. I'm the producer on the show. And I worked on the DVD release many years ago, and so I'll be taking over for the dub as well for the Blu-ray.
So one of the questions: will you be shipping season 1 and 2 together, or will it be like Aria? the way that shipping is set up on this, if you're domestic, season 1 will ship along with the merchandise items, and then season 2 will ship when it's complete. The art book may also ship separately depending on when it comes in. So if you are outside of the United States, the whole thing will be held until the end. We may set up an ability for you to have a partial like we did with Aria. So, but the way things are designed at this point, that's exactly how it will be set up.
I saw somebody ask about episode 0. What that is it actually bridges season 1 and season 2. So I don't think it ever aired on television.
Well, it was a recap.
It's like a recap. So before you start season 2, it basically tells you everything that happened in season 1. So, and there's a little bit of new animation and stuff in it too. So.
And we will be dubbing it.
Yes,
so, because I know that was one question that came up previously on the forums.
Yep.
All right, there's 12 minutes, I see.
Tick,
12
tick,
minutes.
tick, 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 tick. Make sure you're the right
we'll be
tier.
shipping the manga before the season 1 Blu-ray for international customers since the manga is already available. I was going to hold those things together, only because it cuts down on shipping costs, but we'll see what we can do on that. What is another question? Once you successfully funded seasons 2 Kickstarter, will you do more? Well, we would like to do additional Kickstarters. We're having fun doing Kickstarters.
Oh God, yeah, we every successful Kickstarter we do makes us look that much better to the Japanese licensors to get them to actually agree to do future Kickstarters with us.
Because it comes down to them first.
We can't just decide that we want to do a Kickstarter. I mean, I would really like to start one right now for Neon Genesis Evangelion. That would be fantastic. It does take some level of negotiation to actually put some of these things together. So we'll do our best to continue to negotiate with the licensors to make sure that they're willing to do this. I mean, the other biggest issue is you have to build this project. I mean, it's not a 5-minute deal. Everybody here and all of our merchandising people, our marketing people, our e-commerce people, we have to get together. We have to figure out what we can find for reward items. We have to figure out a budget for the different things that need to be done. So I mean, it takes a lot of time to actually build this, to actually bring it to you guys before we do that. Jake, I'm going to run that at the end. What was the question right about that one? What all anime would you like to dub? Everything in our catalog. and stuff that's not in our catalog.
Anything we can.
How has the Emma Kickstarter been for you in comparison to the Aria one? Have the lessons you learned with Aria helped you here? I would say yes. I mean, Aria was our first Kickstarter. It was kind of an amazing experience. We did make some mistakes, but I think we learned an awful lot from it. And I think that not only that, just the process of getting back into production on some of this stuff has been fantastic. It's been a while since we've done some dubbing, and it's fun to get back into doing that.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, we actually, after the first Aria Kickstarter, we actually sat down and thought about, like, okay, what went really well? What could we do better? And then we
each made our own list.
Yeah, we made like an actual list.
Got together a little powwow.
Yeah, and then we used that knowledge moving forward into this one.
Well, and we'll learn from this one too.
Yeah.
I guarantee that we'll have just as many issues.
Yeah.
I hope everybody who was part of that, I want to thank everybody who was part of our first Kickstarter and then has come back and been a part of our next Kickstarter, our Emma Kickstarter. The support, it was obvious on the first day that there was a lot of people that came, and we're happy with our first one and are helping us out with this one as well. It's very humbling to see the fan support when you get into some of these things where people are just so excited, and we're just as excited. But I mean, your excitement gives us excitement. The passion that people, the fans are providing to us is absolutely
Stop! I'm not supposed to cry until we hit 260.
Well, and that goes back to Japan too, because for Aria, Junichi Sato knows all about this Kickstarter. And
he even tweeted me about it.
He did, yeah. No, and he's like, thank you so much. Like, there was a tweet that we retweeted. He's like, thank you for loving Aria, and I was like,
oh my heart.
I know. So.
One of the other things that was neat about that is he and a message that I got from him was, I know Aria very, very well. I love this show, and I'm going to watch it so it can help me practice my English.
Oh.
Really all right, we're down to, what does it look, 7 minutes?
Oh gosh.
It's 8
It's
minutes.
getting down there.
The lines are counting.
Yeah, 8 minutes.
1,603 backers. So if you're looking to pledge, now is the time.
Now is even if it's just for the slacker backer later.
I still got some of those beautiful
Yeah.
figures. Who wants a figure?
Yep.
Because if you don't want it, I know where they're going to end up. I'm pretty sure that they won't come to my desk. Although I still do have the playset for Arya,
Oh, that's
because it is really cool. So, all right.
And there were also some people that were asking about the manga at one point. If you couldn't afford that particular tier, Yen Press's manga is available on WriteStuff.com. So you can buy that separately if you want to be able to kind of parse out your poor cash funds. You could buy them, as we go through the holidays. You can buy them into next year. So they're still available.
The same thing for the, again, a reminder as we're getting closer. All you got to do is put in one pledge. It doesn't make any difference. I feel like I'm doing a PBS telethon. But you only have to put in one pledge. And that gets you access to the Slacker backer, so you'll still be able to get in for the Blu-rays and the art book.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to get the chipboard box or any of the merchandise though. So in these last 7 minutes, you need to make your mind up if that's what you want or if not what you want.
We're so close to the gilded
Yeah.
edges.
I
Getting
know,
closer to
guys.
that.
Just
So-
2K till Gilded Edges.
I know everybody seems to be really excited about the 5-1 mix, so I'm kind of excited.
I'm excited we made it this far. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
This is actually quite impressive. I mean, again, the passion of the fans is just amazing. It's very humbling.
Yeah, this literally could not happen without you. So
Yeah,
thank you
it
very
couldn't.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
It does prove that there are people out there that enjoy these more niche series.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat thing to see. We got any other good questions? We got 2 or 3 minutes left. Agents are standing by. Please call them. I feel like we should have had phones.
I know, like the little phone line.
A little break in.
Ring, ring.
Without you, public television would cease to exist.
Yeah.
And there'd be nothing to show Emma on, and we'd be very, very sad.
Yeah.
Looks like we've hit 2:53. We're getting closer.
Yes, we are. Super
There's still
close to the
figures
Gilded
there,
Edges.
and I believe there's a costume left too. Are these croissants and an English tea party? Get out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Gotta celebrate in style.
Well, I've got to drink my tea.
Exactly. It's
My
really good tea.
pinky
It is
finger.
so good.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's the same cinnamon stuff we had before.
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
It's very, very good.
Oh man. Yeah, and if any of you can see, I don't know how up close you can see, all of the stuff that we have in the front is the Arya stuff that is from the
Emma.
Sorry, I'm going backwards in my Kickstarter.
We're thinking about funding a combination fusion. Emma Arya.
It'll be London.
Amari.
London
space.
in space with water.
But these are previous releases that we have done on the titles, the limited edition box sets. I know quite a few of our backers said that they already have that set. These are the light box sets that we did as we re-released off of the limited edition collections. And then the ones that are over here that are in front of the manga are actually the books that were inside of the limited edition sets.
Why don't you talk real quick about what kind of things we can put in the art book? We've
The art
got
book-
about 5 minutes.
For those
You
who
got a
are
minute.
curious, the stuff that was in the original sets we will pour over into the art book, so you're not going to be losing anything. However, we're going to be able to include the original stuff that we had was black and white only, so we couldn't really give the really awesome stuff that we wanted to see. So we're looking at being able to put in color artwork. Some of the promotional pieces, hopefully, we'll be able to get clearance on and put in there. I'm so excited because originally it wasn't. And if you're gonna have an art book, really want to see all that beautiful stuff that maybe didn't get released over here, like the Japanese covers. You'd like to be able to see those.
We got a lot of sketch art and a lot of production.
Oh yeah, there's a
You
lot.
sent us a-
I mean, we have way more stuff than has ever been released before. So, would it be possible to collaborate with other studios to get dubs for other series or movies that were dropped? Anything is possible. So, I mean, I won't count anything out. Will the figure be on Right Stuff? No.
No, it will go on my desk.
Get it now.
Although I am still jealous that someone got my doll. But thank you for your support.
All right. So, fairly close to that
man,
that Gilded Edge.
It's crunch time.
Somebody just needs to come and do it after we're done. Somebody just needs to pick that up, and we'd be pretty close. All right, we got any other good questions we can do here? We're counting down. It's T-3, it looks like, right?
We are so
3 minutes. No.
Never hurts to ask.
The jam is raspberry and rhubarb.
It is delicious.
It's very yummy.
Yeah.
It's made.
Midwest.
It's made in Wisconsin. It's homemade actually in Wisconsin from a small family.
Yes.
Can you dub the Rising of the Shield Hero? Well, I don't believe we own that. So, I mean, anything is possible. Like I said, you know, part of the thing that is required, obviously, is you have to work with the licensor, and there is licensing fees. A portion of the money we raise obviously goes back to Japan for the author and the production group. So.
And then if you have somebody who already has a property that's licensed in the States, that means you also have to work with them and get them to agree to that.
All right. We're down to the wire. 2 minutes.
Favorite Emma character? My favorite Emma character design? Is that what I'm reading? Character design?
What tier is the figure at?
Figure is in the ladies' maid tier.
Yes.
And I believe there's
It's a race now.
I believe there was 2 that were left. I'd have to go back and look real quick, but there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, it doesn't make it easy.
It does show there's 2 left, so you've got what, 90 seconds?
Go, 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 go.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we talked a little bit. I know that Judy said Hakeem was her favorite character, and
Yeah, I really like
so.
Hakeem.
I mean, I think that's kind of everybody thinks that's pretty fun.
He stands out. He's pretty
Somebody asked if we
Well,
could ramp up to
girls
2
and
campaigns a year.
too.
We would love to do more Kickstarter campaigns. Our biggest concern is, you know, we want, especially if we have people that are coming in that haven't backed our projects before. I mean, we want to make sure that they realize that we are going to perform on our projects. There's an awful lot of Kickstarters out there that
Don't
two
deliver.
2 or 3 years later, you still don't have your stuff.
Yeah.
So I know that the ARIA stuff for almost all the domestic backers and all of the, at least to some of the international backers, they have those now. Hopefully everybody's really happy with that. Violet did a great job with that. Chris did a great job with that. And I know the art book's coming too, and it's going to be great. The art book for that's going to be unbelievable. There's so much beautiful art for it.
Oh, it's
That's
big.
that's all her.
Yeah, it is. It's big.
1 minute.
1 minute. Oh my god.
If you're waiting,
Get
That's
this
it.
is it. As a reminder, you do need to do at least $1 as a pledge in order to get access to the Slacker backer. So if you don't have at least a pledge of any type in there, we can't give you access to the Slacker backer. And I always get messages after that. I didn't know about this, or I can't, blah blah blah.
Follow us.
There'll be a retail release of this product, but it won't be until 2020.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and some people are asking, do we give information on when, if we're getting close to closing down like the season 1 Slacker backer, do we give people notice? Yes,
will.
we do.
Yes.
So if you're trying to get those
less
funds
than
together,
30
then we'll let you
seconds.
know.
Oh
So.
my god.
Less than 30 seconds.
Tick, 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 tick,
Less
tick,
than
tick,
30
tick.
seconds.
Well, that's weird. My clock went off. It told
Yeah,
me
mine
that-
did too.
See,
It
it's
just says
telling
to
me
go.
that it's done. Yeah.
Just says to go.
Yeah, mine says blank to go.
0 seconds.
Yeah.
So it
There
looks
we
like
go.
we're done. So
Alright.
thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Now,
Awesome.
celebration. Okay, that was funny. That was funny. So.
Wait, that way. But it still came back this way.
Where's Joe's video? You didn't
We
tell me
did
I was
it.
going to do that.
We funded Emma, both seasons, 2 seasons of Emma. Going to be a lot of work. I'm really thrilled about this because how often do you get to do a British dub? And it's British. It's set in Britain. Set in London. So I'm going to work really hard to get this right, and let me tell you, so are the actors. I'm going to be very sure about that. Thank you again. Can't wait to get started.
So we can't blow it
Yeah,
up.
or maybe
726. 253,
so it
726.
didn't quite make it to-
Now we're gonna have to spend about $35 of that to do some dry cleaning.
I think it needed cleaned before this.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
Yeah, let's have
Thank you
meetings
guys
today.
so much.
Yay! All right.
That's amazing.
I will tell you, at the beginning of this, I would not have expected that number. So I am super excited and super happy, and I want to tell you so much thank you for the effort. I know a lot of people helped also getting out the word. Contacting various websites, getting things posted. Telling your friends, your family, your enemies.
Because it's so helpful. The farther that the message can reach, the more people can come to the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's
tough.
Thank you so much for spreading.
Always hear afterwards, I didn't hear about it. Well, you guys make it possible for more people to hear about it.
Yeah. So we'll definitely want to thank you for the passion and the support for our project. So that's fantastic.
Updates coming soon.
Alrighty, thanks everybody.
Thank you guys.
Bye.